To say our knowledge of Minoan religion is poor compared to the more famous Greek pantheon of gods would be an understatement. Why is that? First, the Minoan period is roughly interpreted to be between 3100 BC and 1075 BC. This predates the Persian invasions of Greece and the beginning of the Greek classical age by over half a millennium at a minimum. Second, the Minoan language is still an enigma. However, it does not appear to be related to Greek, which in turn has resulted in several unsuccessful attempts deciphering their written language of Linear A. However, this mystery surrounding Minoan religion lends itself to fascinating theories and tantalizing associations with ancient Greek gods that we will explore today. Amongst the most interesting Minoan archaeological finds are the numerous female figurines thought to be representative of deities that have been excavated at sites across Crete. The predominance of these female figurines over male ones has led some to believe that Minoan religion was matriarchal in nature, centered on a earth mother goddess. Here we have two Minoan goddess figurines, one with a crown of snakes and the other with a bird. Here we have the famous snake goddess figurines excavated from the temple repositories of the central shrine of the Palace of Knossos. Do all these figurines represent the same goddess or different goddesses? There is no clear answer to this, although the depiction of a singular goddess with differing subject matter doesn't seem so strange if we believe that a central mother goddess would have multiple attributes, and the statues were simply highlighting one of them. For example, Poseidon is the god of the sea and of horses, so depending on what aspect you want to stress, you could have significantly differing depictions, as we may be witnessing with the Minoan figurines. Also, Minoan culture spans more than 2,000 years, so one has to account for a gradual evolution in appearance. Excavations at Knossos and elsewhere in Crete have also turned up countless examples of double-headed axes called Labrys, often found in the presence of female goddesses. The exact nature of the Labrys is still unclear, although it almost certainly represented an abstract symbol of the goddess. It also has been debated that an appropriately sized Labrys was used by female priestesses to sacrifice animals such as the bull. The importance of the Labrys is well illustrated in the famous Hagia Triada sarcophagus. On one side, we see the sacrifice of a bull before the Labrys symbol mounted on a pole, along with horns of consecration, another symbol possibly associated with the goddess. Of particular note is the collection of the bull's blood in a vessel. On the opposite side, we see a female procession to the left, with a woman emptying a vase into a cauldron, most likely containing the bull's blood depicted previously on the reverse side of the sarcophagus. Again, there is the presence of two Labrys mounted on poles, suggesting that the blood offering is made to the goddess. The philological nature of the word Labrys is of considerable debate. Does the word labyrinth originate from Labrys? After all, Greek mythology describes the presence of a half-man, half-bull beast called the Minotaur residing within a labyrinth. A labyrinth, by the way, that was supposedly located at Knossos. Is labyrinth a word that might be translated to palace of the double axe? Is the Minotaur just a fanciful Greek interpretation of the bull-related activities of the Minoans? Or is the Minotaur, who was slain by the Athenian hero Theseus, an attempt by the Greeks to denigrate the Minoans? Is the asymmetric and irregular construction at Knossos what led the Greeks to describe it as a labyrinth? Plenty of academics have challenged many of these interpretations, but it certainly brings the intersection of Greek and Minoan civilizations into focus. We know that contact with the Minoans and mainland Greece existed throughout the 2nd millennium BC. However, this cultural contact was greatly accelerated during the middle of the 15th century BC when Mycenaean Greeks invaded Crete. The theory is that the Mycenaean Greeks, exposed to Minoan religion over several centuries, gradually adopted certain Minoan beliefs and deities into their pantheon. Once again, the Labrys plays a pivotal role, as it is at the heart of a theory that the Greek goddess Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, agriculture, fertility, and the earth, is an adaptation of the Minoan Earth Mother goddess. This gold ring found in Mycenaean on the Greek mainland is of considerable interest when discussing any possible association between Demeter and the Minoan Earth Mother Goddess. Depicted on this ring is a seated goddess holding poppies in her hand, with the Minoan double axe symbol displayed prominently in the center. Here we have an example of a Minoan goddess with a poppy crown, indicating a Minoan emphasis on the sacred nature of the plant. In Greek mythology, the goddess Demeter also has a sacred relationship with the poppy, with a myth detailing her discovery of the poppy in a town outside of Corinth. Furthermore, the Demeter myth describes her eating poppies to fall asleep and escape the pain of losing her daughter Persephone, who had been abducted by Hades, the god of the underworld. Interestingly, this Mycenaean ring has a smaller figure at the bottom holding a sheaf of grain, which is how Persephone, Demeter's daughter, was depicted by the Greeks. The Labrys on this ring suggests an acknowledgement of the Minoan Earth Mother Goddess, whereas other elements are suggestive of Demeter. Finally, the Homeric hymns, amongst the oldest Greek texts from the 7th to 6th century BC, but still hundreds of years after the end of the Minoan civilization, also associates Demeter with the ancient Minoan Labrys. In the Homeric hymn to Demeter, the Greek goddess is described as she of the golden double axe, she who glories in the harvest. The association between the Minoan Earth Mother Goddess and the Greek Demeter is tantalizing, although far from proven. What's even more eye-opening is that researchers believe that the Minoan Earth Mother Goddess may not have even been a unique Minoan construct, but rather an adaptation of an earth fertility goddess from Neolithic Anatolia. If true, this would suggest a truly ancient deity that originated from the Stone Age and continued to evolve well into the Iron Age. If you enjoyed this talk, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other video on Knossos.